All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So today, third contest today that we're going to be analyzing. I'm hoping to do another one, but we'll see. I might want to do an overall study of how Democrats and Republicans did in the Super Tuesday. I think that is most likely going to be my interests. But we have the, as you know, Democratic presidential primary in Arkansas. Biden and Trump did very well in his primary. Let's see. Joe Biden did so well that his opponents, Marianne Williamson and Dean Phillips, couldn't even make it on the said ballot. They're on the ballot, but they're not on the main victor. They're not on the Hall of Fame, as you see here, according to Wikipedia. That said, 88% for Joe Biden, 71,999 votes. That is not even 100,000 people. And what's mind boggling is this is a low turnout election. Because let's go all the way back to um, let's go back all the way to 2020, if you will. Low turnout election. How many voters voted for Biden, Arkansas? Wow, 423,932. I get why they didn't vote because Joe Biden's going to win. Why vote, right? Why vote? But you understand that you should vote in uncontested primaries because you could be that person that, like, oh, why should I vote? Trump, the incumbent's going to win, of course. And then imagine how many people are thinking like that. Like, that's common logic. But you also have to have people that will go out and vote for that incumbent because then you'll have like Bill Weld in the 2020 Massachusetts, basically the 2020 primaries in the GOP, getting gains and getting votes that will demoralize and lower our morale for the general election. Now, as you know, Joe Biden took a lot of hits. That's because a lot of his supporters went and backed Nikki Haley because really they know Joe Biden's going to get in. They don't want him to get in because, once again, he's a weak candidate now. He's basically a child running a country. He has no political experience anymore. He's old. He's forgetting everything. He doesn't remember when his son died. He doesn't even know where he got his rosary. He doesn't even remember um anything. So yes, I'm just saying this guy. So they're like, okay, we can't win with this guy. Let's try to get another liberal like Nikki Haley on the Republican ticket, so we get a liberal election. Nope, because as you know, only a few liberals have a dense brain to actually think like that. And while they're leaving the Biden party, you actually get a lot of uncommitted votes. 13 delegates from Minnesota and Michigan now going to uncommitted. That's what happens when you don't stay on your party line. You get a humiliating victory. You get a lukewarm victory. The liberal media is celebrating. Hooray! Biden swept! And no, it's not even to celebrate because you lost the very first caucus, very first contest since 1996 as an incumbent president. That is not good. And you should not be putting a happy-go-lucky poster of Joe Biden on the Democratic Party page because this is what happened. And I can guarantee you a lot of Democrats are triggered by that because they know, like, wow, this is reality. Trump, they say he's the worst president ever. Well, if he was the worst president ever, he would have lost the Republican nomination. Instead, he carried every county, every community, everything. Every county in the United States in 2020. You want to see it? I'll show you. I can post it later. But guess what? That's the truth. Joe Biden could even carry one county in Oklahoma. He is weak and incompetent, and that's the truth. Now, I'll talk more about that in my Super Tuesday video if I ever make that. But I want to take a look at the Republican Party's gains in Arkansas. Yes, understandably, of course, Donald Trump is going to have a less of a lead in Arkansas than Joe Biden, because Joe Biden barely has any opposition because he's the incumbent, right? He's the incumbent president. And a lot of people don't like, even Democrats don't like that they have no choice. They have Marianne Williamson, a big far left progressive, but honestly, she's not a politician. She doesn't have her name on political records. She knows nothing about politics. So why vote for her? And then there's Dean Phillips, not on the Democratic Party's party lines. He thinks what he wants to think. He criticizes people even in his own party. Nope, you never criticize Democrats. So he's out. So why vote in the Democratic primary? So understandably, yes, you'll see Pataki County right here. This county holds Little Rock. Yes, this area almost went for Nikki Haley. It voted for Donald Trump in around 50% or more. I am unaware if Nikki was close to winning Pataki, but if you say which county did Nikki Haley do her best last night, it would be Pataki County. She did her best putting Trump into a 50 percentage win, into the 50 percentage line, but otherwise, like I predicted, the black belt went swift for Trump. They actually thought, oh, because Nikki Haley, she's a person of color, she's an Indian, she would attract black voters. No, because that concept doesn't work in the Republican Party. Why should I vote for you because you're a person of color? And then they get mad at us for not voting for you because you're a person of color. That does not qualify you. Okay, you're a person of color, but how will that make you the right person to lead our country? Diversifies it. And that's all they can say. It gives us good feelings. And I'm like, no, we need people that are politically experienced. Nikki Haley had, I don't know, 8 years in the governor's mansion, and she was ended up being an ambassador. But guess what? Zero political experience. Oh, you should say the date with Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump, well known. And in fact, he has been in the face of politics already. Bill Clinton, he has had good relations with the Clintons, and he's been talking politics since he was younger. He's been also a critic of both political parties, and he was a big third party guy. He back then was a huge critic of the two-party system, and he was always a small government guy. Does that make him a right winger? No, it makes him a common thinker, because first off, our country was founded on small government ideals. Small government. And look at us. We're back to Great Britain, where we're giving taxes, and we have the rich. And when I say the rich, I mean the people in power. The only rich people that are in power is the government. The Democrat establishment, the GOP establishment, they're getting money. And they don't see why we are opposed to those taxes. We don't oppose this because, once again, you're benefiting. You send aid to Ukraine, you get a lot of benefit and money from that. So, of course, they want to support Ukraine. Nikki Haley gets lots of money if she is president, Madam President, and she gets lots of money. Meanwhile, we have an expensive war. There's a lack of courtesy. Because, yes, sure, they'll say, oh, people are dying in Ukraine. Yeah, and we are dying too. We're going broke. And then we have a border crisis. The world is not good. We have a crisis. Each country has a crisis of its own, and a lot of people don't know it. And every country must come first. I expect France to take care of France. I expect Canada to take care of Canada. I expect Ukraine to take care of Ukraine, because Ukraine is Ukraine. Russia to take care of Russia. This is how world politics works. And this is not meant to be a world political video. This is, once again, kind of getting to the rhetoric of, once again, why we're seeing so many diverse voters swooping over for Trump. Once again, Trump once again, we had a good economy. Trump did more for African Americans in 4 years than any other president. Fact. Barack Obama made the situation worse. And not to mention, thanks to Barack Obama, we had so much washed up people. We have white people crying racism. White liberals crying racism. Thanks to Barack Obama, who made himself to be a victim. This whole entire and he's the one gaining all the money. And we're sitting here, high taxes, so it's just ridiculous. So yeah, why are they supporting Trump? Isn't my gaslighting not working? Of course it's not working, because once again, you deprioritize your own people. They're not going to think of themselves as they're not going to look at themselves by their color. They're going to look at themselves by their character. And they're going to vote because they're Americans. Look at that, a gaslighting show. No, it's common sense. Seriously, it's cringe that I literally have to say that. Like, everyone knows, we don't have a problem with minority voters. We don't. We have a problem with you utilizing them and slingshotting them at us. And I shouldn't use the word slingshotting. They're going to cry racism for that. They always find everything to cry about. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. There's nothing much. I just added some commentary in my Arkansas analysis video. Trump's best is definitely either in this county right here, which is a Democrat county, by the way. Good sign, by the way. This county did go for Trump in 2022. This is a Republican county. This is a Republican county. This is the only diverse county that Trump did really, really well, winning over 90%. Who knows? Maybe nobody voted in that election, and just a few people did, but you'll have to see the voting results in the polling for each county. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. And yeah, as always, I will see you all in the next coming episode.